While on our trip to Austria, we visited two castles, or fortresses, in and near Salzburg, and we are going to take you along to enjoy the historic beauty of these places. The first one will be in Salzburg, or the Festung. It is found right in the middle of Salzburg, on the top of the Festung Berg, and can be seen from anywhere in the city. The second castle is Hohenwerfen, which is about 40 kilometers south of Salzburg. They have a very similar look to them because they were built by the same Archbishop of Salzburg in the 11th century. Salzburg is over 250 meters long and 150 meters wide, which makes it one of the largest medieval castles in Europe. Down through the years, it has been used as a fortress, a residence for archbishops, a prison, and now is an important and popular tourist attraction. To get up to the castle, you need to take a rail lift called a Festungbahn. It takes you up the steep side of the hill. When you get to the top, you discover several buildings and a large courtyard inside the walls. The castle has all the things you might expect in a fortress, like extremely thick walls with portholes for cannons and soldiers to use for protecting the castle. It has residence quarters for those who owned and ran the castle. There were barracks for soldiers who served there, as well as a church where everyone could worship together. The prison of the castle has a primitive torture chamber which leaves visitors not feeling very comfortable. Walking around and through the buildings, you can get a real sense of the history that took place in this structure. One of the things you will notice is the doors are short by today's standards, which lets us know that over the centuries we have grown a fair bit taller. Salzburg is one of the best preserved castles in Europe today. It is well worth the time to take in, and it provides an excellent 360-degree view of the city of Salzburg. Hohenwerfen has a lot of similarities, but also some real differences. Again, it was built by the same person and around the same time as Salzburg. But what makes it very picturesque is that it is surrounded by the Alps and situated on a steep little mountain of its own above the town of Werfen. It too served as a military base, residence, and it also served as a hunting retreat. Hohenwerfen has been burnt down twice and then rebuilt. The last time this took place was in 1931, but after its restoration, it had to be sold to the state. Now it functions mostly as a museum. To get up to the castle here as well, you take a Festungbahn, a rail car pulled up the mountain with a cable. One of the unique aspects of this castle is its history in falconry, which it continues to this day. Every day, demonstrations of their falconry are offered to visitors. They use various birds of prey, including eagles, falcons, hawks, and vultures. If you visit there, this is a must to take in. It takes place in a spacious yard with a view of the mountains, which makes a gorgeous background for the performing birds. Returning to the inner courtyard, you will find various artisans dressed in medieval garb, displaying various tools and weapons being forged or made in their traditional way, while visitors can watch. Then these one-of-a-kind creations are sold as unique souvenirs. Do stay around a bit, and you will be treated to a lovely demonstration of jousting with swords and shields. It sure is an exciting place to visit. You may be surprised to discover that in 1968, the movie Where Eagles Dare with Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton used this castle for filming scenes as a fictional castle raided by the Allies in World War II. It has also been used for a few other movies. Hohenwerfen was a highlight in our stay in Austria.